Hi, my name is Lexi Jong and welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about lightweight base products. So this will include skin tints, tinted moisturizers, and light coverage foundations, not something that can be built up to medium. So we're looking at the very lightest level of coverage here today. And the first product I wanted to start off with is this. This is from Biologique Recherche. And this is the Serum de Tint. I have shade 1. And this is technically part of skincare. It's not really a tinted moisturizer or anything like that, but I did want to discuss it because you can kind of use it that way. This product is recommended to be the last step in your skincare. So you put on all of your skincare products, then you apply this. I actually purchased the brush to go with this, which I really like. It's just an angled, angled foundation brush essentially. And I apply it with this, and then you can apply your sunscreen on top of that. And if you want, you can add makeup or you can just leave it as is. Now, for me, on days when I don't feel like wearing any makeup at all, this is all I wear, and it does provide a little bit of skin evening. It's not going to provide coverage per se, but it will kind of even out your skin tone a little bit and just make things look slightly better. So that is why I wanted to include this in here. And I really enjoy this product a lot. You can see I'm actually down to about halfway through the bottle here. So I'm going to swatch all of these products on my arm and I will show you everything. So this is the Serum de Tint, and you can see, I'll smudge it out here so you can kind of see when you put it on, that you're really going to get just a little bit of, more skin evening, not even really coverage here. One more thing to note with this, I have tried building up coverage on this. It's not intended for it. So you can add a little bit, but honestly, it's a serum and you really kind of want to spread it out smoothly. So I would not recommend trying to build up coverage with this. Just let it do what it's intended and use it as a very light layer, and it just evens out your skin tone a little bit. So I do really like this, and I wanted to be sure to include it in this for anybody who's looking for the lightest possible product here. Next up, I wanted to go over the Chantecaille Just Skin. And this has SPF 15 in it, and I have the shade Alabaster, which is the lightest shade in this product. And it comes out with, more of a thicker consistency and can really sheer this one out as well. So it will give you, it's going to be a light coverage, but we're looking at, the middle of the light coverage spectrum. So it's going to be full on light coverage here. When I want just a little bit more coverage on my skin, this is something I often keep in my bathroom, and after I put on my skincare and I do wear an additional sunscreen, I'll just apply this on top with my fingers and give myself just a little bit of light coverage with this, and I really like it. I also wanted to bring up the Chantecaille Future Skin. Now, this is a gel cream foundation, which is meant to be light to medium coverage, but honestly, on me, I find the Just Skin provides a little bit more coverage than the Future Skin. So I did want to show you this one. So it comes in a jar, which, it's not my favorite to have a product in a jar like this, but it works fine. So this is the shade Porcelain, and I wear Porcelain most of the year, but I can also mix in some Alabaster during the summer, or even get away with just Alabaster, because if you shear that out, you can see how much that shears out. So I feel like the Just Skin provides slightly more coverage. One thing to note is the Future Skin does not have SPF in it. The next product I wanted to discuss is the Givenchy Couture City Balm, and this is shade N104. And this is a product that I actually really like. So I've used, quite a bit of this product over the summer, and this is going to give you light coverage as well. And it does have SPF of 25. So you are getting a little bit of SPF coverage with this. And again, I feel like the coverage on this is similar to Just Skin, but just slightly less. I think the Just Skin has just a little bit more coverage than this product does. And it's very lightweight on the skin. It actually has a very lightweight texture overall. So it's another really great lightweight foundation. Next up, we have the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude. This is the True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. And I have shade 1.5. And this is a squeeze tube product, which again, with these types of products, I find the squeeze tube very effective to dispersing the right amount of product and to be able to, you know, kind of get every last bit out of there. Very easy to throw in like a beach bag or something too. So this is shade 1.5 in the Neo Nude. And if I blend that out here, there is a little bit of a pearlescent luminous glow to it. And it's not going to be overly glowy, but if you're looking for slightly more radiance, this will give it to you. So the other ones that we've talked about so far really have more of a natural skin finish to them. They're not really going to give you any sort of that extra glow, whereas this will give you a subtle glow to it. And I think it is beautiful. I wore it a lot during the summer. I really did enjoy the look that it gave to my skin. And last up, we have the La Mer Radiant Skin Tint. This has SPF 30 and I have shade Fair 02. And if you are looking for something really glowy, this would be a good option here. So I think this is pretty radiant. And as I mentioned, the Armani has kind of a subtle pearlescent luminosity. This is not going to be subtle. It will have that pearlescent luminosity. And when you spread it out on your skin, you really do see a lot of that kind of look to it. So it reminds me more of like the luminous silk foundation from Giorgio Armani. If you look at those particles, it's kind of like crushed pearl embedded through there. And that's what both of these kind of have into them. But the La Mer has a higher concentration of that pearlescent quality than the Armani does, in my opinion. That being said, I feel like both the La Mer and the Armani are fairly similar, but there is a large price difference between the two of them. So if you are looking for a pearlescent finish and you don't want to spend a ton, I would go with the Armani over the La Mer. This is a great product, and if you're into really dewy looking skin, very, you know, luminous, this is a great choice, and you can put a thin layer of this down and you've got that glowy finish. So it is a very nice product. I actually really like all of these products, and I like to use them for different things. So it's really hard for me to rank them. The Serum de Teint from Biologique Recherche, I really consider it skincare, so I don't really necessarily include it with these others, but I did want to share it just because you can use it that way. And again, on a day with no makeup, I do make sure I have this on just for a little skin evening. But if I want any sort of coverage, no matter how light, I definitely move on to one of these other products. And it really depends on what kind of finish I'm looking for during the day. If I want, you know, a light coverage, natural finish, I go with the Chantecaille Just Skin, or I will go with the Givenchy Teint Couture City Balm. And honestly, it kind of depends on what I'm feeling that day. My Just Skin is slightly darker than the Givenchy. So during, you know, the higher points of the summer, I tend to reach more for this. And earlier on in the season, I used this more just because it is a little bit lighter. If I'm looking for more luminous skin, I of course go to the Armani or the La Mer, and I have to say I have used the Armani more than the La Mer because the La Mer is just, it's a little bit too luminous for me on most days, especially if I'm trying to keep things light. Most of the time I don't want my skin to be quite that glowy. So I reach more for the Armani Neo Nude than I do for the La Mer. And then if I'm looking for just the look of absolutely no makeup whatsoever, I want my skin to just look beautiful and natural, have a little bit of coverage, but have it look just like skin, not like makeup at all, I reach for the Chantecaille Future Skin. And that is the main selling point of that foundation, is fantastic for that. That sums up all of my skin tints, tinted moisturizers, and so forth. But I did want to mention one other product that I reach for a lot when I'm looking for light coverage, and that's the Westman Atelier Stick Foundation, and I have shade N. And this, if you can use this more like as a spot concealer type thing and just kind of spread it out so you have very light coverage, but this can be built up to medium. So I did want to share it with you because I think it is a great product for, well, all year, but I wore this one a lot during the summer as well. And in the same vein, we also have the Chantecaille. This is the Real Skin Plus Eye and Face Stick in 0W. And this I use as a spot concealer and just kind of spread out. So if I'm really just looking to cover just a few areas, I will reach for one of these two products. This will provide slightly more coverage. The Westman Atelier stick, it's great for more even light coverage over your skin when you brush that out, whereas this is a little bit more concentrated, so we dab it on like a spot or a blemish and kind of blend that out, and that will cover it very well. So in my opinion, this is more of a concealer, whereas the Westman Atelier stick is really more of a foundation that you can use as a concealer. I hope this video is helpful. That is my roundup of light coverage base products, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have any questions on any of these, please let me know. I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you are notified anytime I post a new video. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in my next video.